Hello, everybody. My name is Roger, and this is your daily tarot map for Sunday, November 6th, 2016, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, first off, a big thank you to everybody for all your nice comments and also for liking and sharing these videos. I really appreciate all of your support. So today we conclude our work with the Raven's Prophecy Tarot created by Maggie Stiefvater, as tomorrow we begin working with a new deck for the coming week. So be sure to tune in tomorrow to see what that is. I'm not quite sure yet, but I do have a couple of ideas. So on to today's draw using the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. The three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Nine of Swords, Judgment, and the Lovers. So our first card today is the Nine of Swords, and I swear we have drawn every challenging deck card there is from the deck this week. Now in this image, we see a hand above a reflected surface of some kind, maybe water or a mirror, with a skeletal hand being reflected back. Now this is the card of worry and anxiety. It can sometimes point to feeling overwhelmed by problems or a situation, feeling that one is at wit's end. Now this is the kind of anxiety that keeps you up at night or makes you want to feel like you want to curl into a ball. So the Nine of Swords is one of those cards where we often have to confront our deepest fears. And where are those fears? In our head. Now, this idea of us being our own worst enemy comes into play here again today with this card. You know, many of us go over something that we fear might happen over and over in our heads. Or maybe we feel really stupid for something that we did or said, so we revisit the scene over and over again. You know, the cause of this fear is depicted nicely, I think, by our next card, Judgment. You know, the basis for a lot of our fears is the fear of being judged harshly by others. You know, nobody likes to make a fool of themselves. You know, we all fear doing or saying the wrong thing and looking bad or ridiculous in the eyes of those around us. It could very well be that these fears, those that are in your mind, are holding you back from moving forward. You know, maybe you want to switch careers, start a new business or hobby, or even take on a younger lover. But fear of criticism is holding you back. And, you know, this criticism doesn't necessarily even come from others. We're often our own worst critic. It's often us that kills our own dreams and ideas before we can bring them into being. So here, the Judgment card advises us to put the past behind us and stop judging ourselves so harshly or revisiting that old mistake that we made. You know, if we screw up, we screw up, but at least we're moving forward. At least we're doing something. You know, nobody could ever succeed or change their life if they don't try. You know, I've always said that obsessing about the past or about what might happen is like investing in a mausoleum. It's never going to pay off. So let's say that you want to write a book, but you're afraid it won't sell. Or maybe you want to create a class, but your fear is that nobody will take it. Well, so what? Create it anyway. You know, you can never sell a book or a class that you haven't created. And at the very least, you've left something of yourself behind, a legacy of sorts. So what's the first step? Finding our own joy, as represented by our last card, the Lovers. Now, while the appearance of the Lovers can signify finding a new love interest, and that may be the case for some of you, it usually advises you to, as Joseph Campbell used to say, follow your bliss. That is to say, do what it is that you're passionate about, that makes your soul sing, that gets you excited, and to hell with what the others might say. You know, the Lovers represents unity, so it's time to push those fears and regrets aside and bring those two conflicting sides of us together. Self-love and self-acceptance are the first steps in feeling whole. So today, maybe make a promise to do what brings you the most joy. which might entail entering an entirely new phase of your life. And that is the fun of it. So the message today for these 3 cards is, Van Gogh said, "I would rather die of passion than of boredom." Today, put your mistakes and fears behind you and instead do that which brings you joy. So today's advice card comes from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. And the card drawn randomly from the deck today is Playfulness. So what an excellent card to have for our advice card. You know, any card which advises you to have fun is great by me. This card advises us to do exactly that, to let go and have fun, to discover that playful side of us. So this again brings us to that idea of following your bliss. So if you've been wallowing about as of late, do what you can to bring yourself out of your funk. Instead of living in your head and listening to all those horrible things that our inner critic tells us constantly, instead try living in the moment, living in the now. You know, and this can help us find joy in our life and renew our enthusiasm for that which lies ahead. And this is the first step in creating the future and the life that you want. And that's it for today. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you click the like button above or below. And again, visit my website, tarot-dude.com, for more information about me and my work. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.